and Zeb moved on as the 12th seed. Also, Splash and
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There below is a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Nets, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the five. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done. You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Here's Leonard, following the basket by Kyrie Irving.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. To the inside. Jordan, the pass to Harden. Irving surveying the floor. The dish now to Jordan. Trying to get open is Irving. No good from Jordan. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now Batum. Ibaka off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Now here's Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
That's platinum-level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart pass. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
George against Irving. Here's Ibaka. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ibaka's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Harden. 29 points for him last game against Dallas.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line.
Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Count the basket. George has got 5. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates, Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Ibaka in the post. Defended by Durant. Ibaka, no luck. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 1.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Leonard against Harris. Passes to Ibaka. Irving with the steal. Here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Leonard with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
The wide open look for Durant. The putback, the rebound by Ibaka. Clippers trail by 3. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen, can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. Brown, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Green. Shamet on the wing. Here's Jordan. And the wide open shot from Green. Tie game in Brooklyn. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward position. Here's Green. The Clippers getting the bucket. Jordan's shot is off.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Brown against Jackson. Kennard on the wing. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Rebounded by the Nets. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
Now here's Williams. 17 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Kennard on the wing. Here's Zubats. Kennard kicks to Morris. And another shot. And the dunk by Zubats.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Now here's Jordan. Brown dishes to Jordan. Pass to Luwawu. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Brooklyn making some changes. Durant's checked in for Jordan. And it's James Harden in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. Harden against Williams. Here's Jackson. The putback. It's good on the putback. Zubats has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Brown. Last game he had 12. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to Kennard. Here's Zubats. Back to Kennard. Morris outside. And that one is good.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
The Nets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. The pass to Shamet. Green in the post. He's against Morris. Clock at 6. Durant. Oh, that was terrific.
Now this is impressive. Durant showing you all of that creativity with that one.
1:19 left here in the second. Williams passes to Kennard. The kick out to Williams. Outside Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. And he converts the layup. Williams has got his first 2 points.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. I'll tell you what, his strength belies his size.
It's Brown on the wing. Harden outside. And there it is for him. Harden's got 6 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Jackson passes to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Here's the 3. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Inside. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, you might think Durant has trouble finishing through contact, but think again, folks. I mean, you can't measure desire by body type.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
So the clock runs. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, Seth.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Batum's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1. Harden, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
From deep, George. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team. But the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Back to Irving. Count that one. Irving's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Leonard inside, guarded by Harris. Lets it go from 11, and that one goes long. The Nets with the lead. Right side Durant. Oh, the lob to Irving. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Batum attacking. Nobody near George. And it's KD with the rebound.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Beverly dishes to Batum. Basket good.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Harris passes to Jordan. Back to Harris. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the high post. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Up top, Batum, guarded by Harden. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Kevin Durant. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Ibaka, the pass to Zubac. And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And here's George for 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 8 points.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
Now the feed to Green. Back to Harden. And the rejection by Zubac. And he recovers it. Chalk up 2 there.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
On the wing, Harris. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. And that one drops for him.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
So for the Nets, Bruce Brown comes in for Kyrie Irving, and Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shamet the pass to Brown. In the corner, it's Harris. And it goes down 2 points.
You know, Harris has a really good feel and understanding of when he should hunt his shot. Very efficient on this end.
Right side, Williams. And here's George for 3. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that's a crucial 3 there. They've cut it close going into the 4th. This is far from over.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Brown out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Harris. And it's Green. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Green kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. Now here is Harris. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Williams. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the ball hawking, the way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking advantage.
Jordan high post, working on Zubats. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from DeAndre Jordan.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
And here's Beverly. And a lot of contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it's Harris off the drive, and the basket is good.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play.
One shot.
It's on Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Lou Williams. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nets.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Here's Beverly, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
And one thing about Beverly, he's not just nasty on defense. He's great at getting the defense to rough him up on the other end, too.
Both shots good from the stripe. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. KD on the wing. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on George.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Clippers trail by 6. From deep, George. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Hey, when you've got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
It's Durant on the wing. Jordan against Zubats. Now here's Jordan. Tight defense on him. 5 on the clock. The kick out to Brown. Pops it up for Jordan. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Irving's checked in for Brown. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to put a lot of pressure on their perimeter shooters if he can't convert those chances.
Here's Irving. Here's Harden. Harris outside. Durant feeling it out a bit. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And we've seen Durant now hit big shots before. He's no stranger to the moment. Actually, this guy relishes the moment.
Leonard dishes to George. For 3. Good D by Irving.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Lays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Down low, Batum passes to George. Los Angeles with another miss. The Nets on offense. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Passes it to Harden. Irving with it. Launches it. He's off on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Katie with it. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Outside Jackson. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Probably a little. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Clark.
seeing that it was done before by someone as great as Elgin made us all the more comfortable with really going out there and standing up for what's right. Elgin helped me understand that my career wouldn't be punished for doing what's right, and that this situation wouldn't be an either or. Everything that he put into motion in all of his aspects.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Check out the fashion style of the Bucks as they enter the building. Bring out the red carpet. The bright...
Hey, Kevin, the Clippers...
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. DJ Augustin out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Middleton. Traps in the tray. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And the rejection by Leonard. Count it, good. For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. Here's George. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, this is where Giannis does all of his damage. He gets inside the paint, has the size to work you back, and then stretch out and score.
Beverley, the pass to Batum. Outside Leonard. To end the run. The shot, no good. Good D by Lopez.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
Middleton for 3. Batum against Antetokounmpo. Clock at 4. For 3, Middleton. Batum grabs the miss.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Leonard kicks to Ibaka. In the corner, George with it. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Giannis against Batum. Giannis passes to Middleton. 1:52 left to play in the first quarter. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Takes a shot at the elbow. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Here's Beverley, and the rejection by Giannis. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Passes it to Augustin. Now here's DiVincenzo. For 3, Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Jackson, he's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Craig. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Williams in the post. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Lets it go from 14. Morris, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Forbes. Here's Connaughton. Pass to Forbes. The Bucks working the ball around. Craig can't get it to go. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 4. Here's Craig. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Here's Zubac. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. And Giannis gets it to go. Giannis has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bucks.
Well, that was delicate there from Giannis. I like that floater because that becomes unblockable given the massive length.
Williams dishes to Morris. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And that one is off. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. And they still have their number.
Well, we'll find out. Such talent on the floor tonight on each side of the matchup. There's some conference pride at stake, too. With both teams being among the cream of the crop in the East and the West.
So it's the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Bucks. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Kennard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Giannis kicks to Forbes. Here's Craig. Kennard covering. Craig passes to Forbes. No good on the triple. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Takes the 13-footer. Great positioning on the putback. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Clippers trail by 5. Now here's Beverly. 11 points for him in that last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up, and his team is doing the same.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Here's Middleton. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. For the 3. Middleton can't get it to go.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Now here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Middleton outside. Takes the 3. And again, the Bucks miss. The Clippers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. From deep, George. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. And it's Middleton penetrating. And it's good. 2 points. Middleton's got 7.
Staying confident in the paint. Middleton does a good job sinking that one.
46 seconds left in the first half. Here's Beverly. Ibaka. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Ibaka's got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
And they pick up 2.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
For 3, Middleton. Another miss by Middleton. The 3 from George. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And
thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and you. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
That's something I think Paul George in the offseason is really working on, just pulling up off the dribble, maintaining great balance. Very few flaws in his offensive game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
For 3, Middleton. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside, George. Back to Leonard. Over Giannis. Ibaka, the pass to George. A 3 from Leonard. He doesn't hit that one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, and just terrorizing the D.
we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Milwaukee, Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Augustine. Craig can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 3. Morris kicks to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. A nice shot by George.
He's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Craig passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Bucks trail by 5. Antetokounmpo up top. Defended by Batum. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. It's stolen by Morris. George against Antetokounmpo. That one wide left.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
George looking around. There's the 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Morris right side. Williams inside. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And he gets it to go. George has got 15 points here in the second half.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him, allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
And Forbes kicks to Giannis. The Clippers grab the miss. 34 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside, Batum. Back to George. And there's the pass to Batum. To the middle, just 5 on the clock. No good from Zubac. Here is Forbes, defended by Batum. Here's Giannis. Yep, it counts. 16 points for Giannis.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
George way outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back to the action after this word. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brooke Lopez. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard. That puts them in the lead. Middleton's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Bucks.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Here's Jackson. Up and in on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's blocked by Ibaka. They get it back. Middleton outside. Second chance shot. You can't get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Giannis high post. He's against Morris. That one drops for him.
As Giannis has grown in his physical stature, widening those shoulders, having more strength, these are the kind of plays that make all that hard work pay off.
Now Jackson. Can't connect from short range.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Here's Beverly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Brooke Lopez.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly's going to come at you every night. Just an inspiring player that way. And daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Paul George in for Jackson. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. From outside the arc. And the Clippers miss again.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Trying to get open is Ibaka. The shot by George, no good. Milwaukee leading by 3. All sorts of time. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Outside, George dishes it to Batum. Outside, George. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to end the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Pat Connaughton.
And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Out to the wing. Here's Augustine shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
George with no one around. Off target from 3-point range.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 7.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Outside, George. It's good.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Beverly against Augustine. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Augustine. The Bucks working the ball around. Beverly up top, headed by Augustine. Batum scanning the floor. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And Middleton kicks to Augustine. Back to Middleton. Fires the three. Knocks down the three ball.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by George. Beverly against Augustine. The three from George. Buries it from outside.
That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely. Great release. And big-time shot there.
And so the Bucks take the win. This was a hard-fought. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our
necessarily know how to get started in the social reform movement is to read, watch, and listen. There are conversations to be had, meetings to attend, and organizations to donate your time to. Those conversations might necessarily not be the most comfortable, but the fact that you're having them leads to growth. As far as fighting social injustices, I want the next generation to understand how important education reform is and how important it is to an improved society.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the five.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
Antetokounmpo against KD. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Durant. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And even through contact, Kyrie still able to finish shots consistently.
Here's Giannis, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here is Harris. 9-point game his last outing. Back to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris outside. That shot missing. Great D that time from Middleton. Augustine finds Lopez. Durant with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. A nice shot by Harris.
Well, the fundamentals on display. You love Joe Harris being under control with physical defense. Nice drive.
Pass to Augustine. Back to DiVincenzo. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Around the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Outside Durant. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
DiVincenzo lays it up off the glass. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one, but they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets. Again, the miss by Harden.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Now here's Middleton against New Orleans, who is really on his game. This one for 3. Jordan with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Irving, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, sometimes it's about shot selection, and Kyrie Irving finds the weakness in the defense consistently.
Good work there as it goes. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here is Irving. 6 points for him. Jordan the pass to Irving. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Boy, he's heating up fast coming out of the gate. 4 out of 5 from the field.
Middleton outside. From the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Middleton's got 6.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Irving finds Jordan. KD, that's for 2. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Giannis. For 3, Middleton. Green with the rebound. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And now that we've got...
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks ahead, up 2. And the second quarter will get underway.
For me personally, I just want to
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Shamet with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Luwawu, the pass to Green. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. The second chance effort. No good from Luwawu. Milwaukee leading by 3. Augustine, that's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 43% for the game. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Shamet. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Brooklyn, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here is Forbes. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Connaughton. Augustine looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nets trail by 3. And it's Brown missing.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Augustine finds Portis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
This is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better.
Green, the pass to Shamet. And the layup's good off the glass. Shamet's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Listen, this is not easy for a 6-footer to get his points inside, but you can see the tenacity of DJ Augustine.
Over to the wing. Luwawu, the pass to Green. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Here's Shamet. It's blocked. Here's Connaughton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Green against Portis. Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Jeff Green picks one up.
To me, when he's at his best, DJ Augustine is the aggressor. Really good job dictating the contact there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Durant comes in for Joe Harris. Irving's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Harden in for Landry Shamet. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 9.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
KD against Middleton. Augustine with the steal. And now Augustine pushing it up. No one back to stop him. It's good.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. A 12-point game. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Brown against DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Middleton against Brown. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. And no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Boot.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans. And Shaq, you bestowed your Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Without question, Chris Middleton displaying his skills today.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustine, and it's Middleton in at the 3. KD dishes to Jordan. Good D by Lopez.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. There's the triple. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Durant. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. In the corner, Middleton with it. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. And he makes good on the layup. Middleton's got 11.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
On the wing, Harris. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching.
And I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Shoots the three. Another miss by Middleton.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Lopez right side. Augustine from outside. Tries again. And Giannis with the layup. Giannis has got 4 this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Back to Harden. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Harden inside the three-point line. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Bucks go the other way with it. And it's the Bucks on the break. That one good for 2.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Outside Irving. .54 seconds left in the third.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The three for DiVincenzo. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. And a deep three from Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
From beyond the arc and then some. Irving's got 11 points.
Oh, just tremendous range from Kyrie. If he steps across the half-court line, you better have a hand up.
From deep Antetokounmpo. And so it's Milwaukee riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been... And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Nets trail by 15. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Luwawu. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Shamet in at the point. KD looking around. No good on the three.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Craig. A three-pointer, no good. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. Here's Shamet. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee leading by 15. The pass to Forbes. Lets it go from deep. Milwaukee the rebound. Pass to Craig. From deep three-point range. And the Bucks miss again. Nets trail by 15. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Back to KD. From deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. Inside, pushing it up. Here's Giannis. Drops in the layup for 2.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Passes it to Shamet. Shoots a fader. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Connaughton kicks to Forbes. The tray. Rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And yes, it's good.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Connaughton. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Giannis. Back to Portis. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Green. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Pass to Shamet. Outside, Green. Fires from deep. The shot, no good. Milwaukee leading by 15. Connaughton passes to Forbes. It's tipped. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Bucks shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Giannis. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
There's the pass to Llewellyn. Here's Brown. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer. That shot, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bucks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
It's Brown on the wing. Kicks it to Green. Pass to Shamet. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Over in the corner, Brown. And the Nets miss again. And so it's Milwaukee now. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Here's Connaughton. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks, for great.
To the My Team Unlimited tournament, we're heading into round 4 console finals.
It's a whole different battle now. You got two favorites that are now playing each other.
On the Xbox side,
here we go. And there's another hoop.
Ty Devo proved to be too much as he rolled on to a 26-point win over the reigning champ, Jomar.
There's a perfect example of it right there. And Luka
applying the same relentless pressure and
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. And let's...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Batum's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Now, here's George. From outside, off the mark.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now, here is Ibaka. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Batum. Pass to Ibaka, and he uses the glass on the layup.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Harris up top. Harden left side. 6 on the shot clock. Harden draws the double. And Harris wide open. He shoots. On the wing, Harris. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Beverly the pass to George. And Ibaka kicks to George. Here's Leonard, 11 feet away, and Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist from Leonard.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
Outside Irving. Not going to go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Nobody near Leonard. And a miss there on the triple. To the paint. It's stolen by Ibaka. George way outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Irving with a clean look. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Irving's got 5. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Here's Harris. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
It looks like a toy hoop for him. KD throws down with ease.
And stolen by Jordan. Irving, good. 7 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
On the wing, Batum. And Leonard has it in the corner. The pass to George. Ibaka against Jordan. 14 feet away. Great D that time from Jordan.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
That one goes. Count it.
A burst of speed coming from DeAndre Jordan. He is so athletic.
Harden against Beverly. Good work defensively by Harden.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Shots good by Ibaka. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Here is Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. Irving drives in. Sweet little floater. Irving's got 9.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside, George. Good on the bucket.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
On the wing, Harden. Harris outside. Durant against Batum. Durant dishes to Jordan. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
When you are dealing with DeAndre, you just have to wrap him up sometimes and hope he misses, because he is one of the most powerful players in the league.
Jackson finds Zubac. Williams for 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Brooklyn. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 2. Here's Llewellyn, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
Jackson passes to Zubats. Outside for Jackson. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. Fifth, the Clippers.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Jackson against Brown. Pass to Luau. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Williams. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Luau Cabarro kicks to Green. In the corner, Shamet with it. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Shamet's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Williams passes to Morris. Back to Williams. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
You see the toughness of Williams. Won't shy away from contact.
Nets leading by 11. To the inside. They kick it out to Green. Back to Jordan. Green passes to Shamet. Green against Morris. The putback, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
On the wing, Williams. He's covered by Shamet. Passes to Jackson. Down low. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And how about we check the numbers for Kyrie Irving?
And the one thing that he'll be looking to change is the downturn in his three-point percentage. It's taken a hit here the last 10 games. I know he's putting in extra work to get that rhythm back.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's James Harden in for Landry Shamet. Brown feeling it out a bit. Count that one. And the Nets lead by 15. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Al Harden, 29 points for him last game against Dallas. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
George against Brown to the paint. Here's Ibaka. Brooklyn with the rebound. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. The 3 from George. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And, okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. Well, a lot of redemption stories for the Stars on Brooklyn. They all came in. And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
So for Brooklyn now, we've got Jordan, Harden out there with Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Outside Irving. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Harden. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
George with no one around. Offline with his three. Nets leading by 18. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball. And we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. You go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. A different look for the Clippers. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. And the Nets making a change here as well. Shamet's checked in. Shamet on the wing. Here's Jordan. Rebound by Williams. Clippers trail by 17. Now the pass to Zubats. The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Kennard against KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, Green comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in for Kevin Durant. Now the Clippers moving it up. George looking around.
Come to me, come to me.
Here's Zubats. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Outside Irving. Here's Shamet. Green breaking loose. Back to Irving. The three. And again, it's the Nets missing. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. 17-point game. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. On the wing, Harris. Inside, Green. Back to Harris. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Williams. A nice shot by Irving.
Tremendous focus by Kyrie. Doesn't let the contact throw him off.
From deep, George. Doesn't go that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. No good from Irving. Clippers trail by 17. Williams attacking. And it's good for 2.
I like this choice by Lou. Could try to take it to the rack, but sees he has the easy floater over the top.
On the wing, Brown. To the middle. Out to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
George passes to Zubac. Launches a 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn out in front by 17. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. No good from Luwawu. Clippers trail by 17. Here's Leonard. An easy 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Clippers.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Green kicks to Harris. Back to Green. In the corner, Irving with it. Green breaking loose. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Irving against Beverly. Outside Irving. And there's the feed to Green. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And here's George for 3. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Batum. Goes back up. The rebound by Jeff Green.
A slight rebound advantage for them. 1 more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Jordan high post. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, I'm surprised at the lack of adjustments defensively. Jordan's been killing them all night.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Cans it from downtown. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Jordan high post. Back to Katie. And then Durant with the dunk.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Pass to Beverly. It's tipped. Irving with the ball. George picks him up. Passes it to Harden. The 3 ball. The shot that time not on target. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Nets. Harris is checked in for Green. From deep, George. The rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jordan.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Out to Morris. To the inside. Here's Patterson. Some solid defense from Harris.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
On the wing, Robertson. On the wing, Robertson. Nets passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. And again, it's the Nets missing. Here's Kabengele. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Over Johnson. And he can't bank that one in. Off target with that shot. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
we did last time. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, the third time's a charm. So you've qualified 3 times. Now you're in the championship round. What does that mean for you, and what kind of experience did that bring for this tournament?
I've said it in stone. Like, that's
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
That's a look at our setting tonight. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustin, and it's Middleton in at the 3. Beverley with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Ibaka, the pass to Beverley. Nobody near George. Hits the 3-point bomb. Well, for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Not a fast start for the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences, and because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
George finds Ibaka. Middleton against Leonard. Over Middleton. And it's Leonard missing. Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The kick out to Lopez. Middleton against Leonard. And the pass to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
Leonard looking around. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Here's DiVincenzo. Back to Middleton. And it's Lopez at the elbow. From past the arc. Middleton can't get it to go.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lopez passes to Augustine. And he banks in the layup.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Outside, George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Here's Augustine. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here is George. He had 13 points in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Middleton against Leonard.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
DiVincenzo kicks to Augustine. To the middle. Here's Lopez. That's in. Augustine with the assist.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Clippers trail by 5. Will it go? And the layup good by George. George has got 7 points.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Leonard, no good on the last second attempt there. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks lead. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
They've got Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Bobby Portis, and it's Forbes in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Portis can't get it to go.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Pass to Jackson. It's good. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Williams. Forbes, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. With the All-Star game almost near, let's see how the East is shaking out. Taking a look at Milwaukee. Right now, they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference.
And right now for the Bucks, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Count it.
Man, he's excellent off that pick and roll. A dynamic scorer. Defensively, you've got to play Williams to score the ball in that situation.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Jackson looking around. Morris kicks to Williams. Back to Morris. Williams in the post. Outside for Jackson. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Milwaukee in the lead. Giannis right side. Pass to Craig. Back to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Just 4 to shoot. And it's in there.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Jackson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and he gets the bucket.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Here's Forbes. No good with the triple. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Morris finds Zubats, and stolen by Portis. Here's Craig. No points in the game yet for him. There's 1:54 left to play in the first half.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Bucks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Here's Beverly following the basket by Brook Lopez. Outside, George. Fires the 3, bangs home the trifecta. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
Now here is Augustine. He has 6. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him.
Nice looking set shot for Lopez. He can stretch the floor just about to the three-point line.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Williams.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Here's Beverly. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. DiVincenzo passes to Augustine. 17 seconds left in the first half of basketball. DiVincenzo kicks to Portis to the wing right side. Shot clock at 3. Here's Augustine. Second shot opportunity. Here's Lopez. Passes it to Augustine. Milwaukee, no good that time either. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a... And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Here's George. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
And Giannis throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
George passes to Leonard. Outside for George. Ibaka can't hit that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Inside, Augustine. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Augustine. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. The shot by George, no good.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. Giannis inside. Defended by Ibaka. Lopez inside. Morris is there. And Lopez gets it to go.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
George finds Ibaka. Back to George. Good D by Lopez.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
And it's sent back by George. Clippers trail by 6. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. No good from outside.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
On up the court, here's DiVincenzo.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now the pass to Craig. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. On the wing, Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. That's tipped. Up top, Portis. Over Morris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Clippers trail by 6. Jackson passes to Williams. Out to Morris. And George now top of the key. Outside Jackson. Back to George. And the Clippers miss again.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
It's Jackson with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 6 points.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then for the Clippers, Batum comes in for George. And it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Jackson.
You know, it's really interesting to note that Forbes went to the same high school in Detroit as a certain friend of ours. I think the guy's name I'm thinking about here is Chris Webber.
Morris, no good. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton. Off target. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Just relax. We're in good shape.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Clippers trail by 9. We've got DJ Augustine. Chris Middleton is out there with Brooke Lopez, and it's Forbes in at the 2. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Count that bucket. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
Williams passes to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Milwaukee. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Augustine against Beverly. Augustine dishes to Lopez.
Well, you hate to give Lopez an easy one around the rim, but you don't like sending him to the line either.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Williams passes to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. The 11-footer misses off the left iron. Milwaukee leading by 11. Connaughton passes to Lopez. And here is DiVincenzo. Here's Connaughton. Down low. Lopez with the bucket. Lopez has got the lead up to 13 now for Milwaukee.
And amidst the tall timber, he's right at home, extremely comfortable. Lopez getting it done.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Pass to Beverly. Makes it off the glass. Beverly's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Williams passes to Batum. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
Far from just a perimeter shooter, I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Augustine against Beverly. Augustine, that's good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Williams, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brooke Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Ibaka's checked in. Outside for Batum. Leonard attacking. There's the dish to Ibaka. Yep, that one goes.
So agile. Ibaka able to quickly come up and set the screen, then quickly rolls into position for the score.
Middleton looking it over. Two points. That one goes.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Clippers trail by 9. From deep three-point range. Augustine against Beverly. And that one, good.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly there.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Antetokounmpo against Batum. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Right side, Williams. To the middle, stolen by Middleton. Here's Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And the Bucks lead by 9.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you can find his teammates too.
Outside Williams. Leonard kicks to Williams. Ibaka down low. Lopez covering. Batum wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Augustine. High post Lopez. Middleton outside. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. Batum grabs the miss. And here is Los Angeles now. 9-point game. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Augustine dishes to Lopez. Middleton for 3. And so the Bucks take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg.
star with a very quick jump shot. That's John Havlicek. But instead of him being shorter, he's 6'5" with like a 6'9" wingspan. So him on the court, it's like it's my player in the 2K league. Like,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with DJ Augustin. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And looking at the Nets, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at the 2 spot. Augustine looking around. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
6 on the shot clock, and the basket by Harris.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And so he hits both. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Augustine dishes to Giannis. There's the feed to Lopez. Back to Giannis. The pass to Augustine. 4 on the clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
On the wing, Irving. To the paint. Here's Jordan. Off with the layup. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Now, you can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Giannis outside. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harden's got the ball. The Nets working the ball around now. To the inside. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Augustine dishes to Antetokounmpo. He gets that one.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Jordan finds Harris. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the Monster Jam.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And Brooklyn making a change here. Brown's checked in. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Giannis, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It's a good decision there. Giannis isn't easy to stick with, especially after the screen.
Brown outside. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Durant, 5 on the clock. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Brown against DiVincenzo. Another shot. Here's Lopez. Banked in off the glass. Lopez has got his second bucket.
Lopez down on the inside, getting that soft touch to go.
On the wing, Harris. Jordan, high post. Lopez is there. Brown inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. Bucks trail by 4. Middleton outside. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
And so it's Brooklyn with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the 3. Brown the pass to Jordan. The kick out to Brown. 5 to shoot. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Here's Forbes. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They lead by 4. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Jordan dishes to Green. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Green. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Lobs it up for Jordan. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. James Harden, he's checked in for Brown. The Bucks also with the sub. Augustine's checked in. Bucks trail by 4. Wide open look. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Harden bounce pass. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
I like the confidence and how much assurance DeAndre Jordan has on his drives here, knowing that no one's going to stop him, especially once he takes flight.
Pass to Augustine. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Connaughton kicks to Augustine. Just 3 to shoot. Pass to Connaughton. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 4. And that one's good. Shamet. Shamet's got his first points of the game. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did, too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges means that he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
.151 left now here in the second. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. A gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
So for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Augustine. This is his first free throw of the game. The throw drops for DiVincenzo. Good on both. 1:32 left to play here in the second quarter. KD on the wing. And they double up Jordan. A steal. On the wing, DiVincenzo. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Some teams live and die by the three. Let's check out the best. The Nets second. In the third spot, the Bucks.
And the shooting display both these teams have put on this season has been remarkable. I mean, there are just three-point shooters all over the floor.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. The Bucks also with the sub. Chris Middleton's checked in for Torrey Craig. Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Milwaukee has possession. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Middleton against Brown. Some solid defense from Brown. Brooklyn leading by 6. And there's KD. That's good on the assist from Harris. KD's got 6.
Yeah, it's been years and years of coaches trying to figure out how you stop Kevin Durant. Just so long, so agile, and too good.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Jordan kicks to Irving. And the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for him.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have an 8-point lead. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging
the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer's starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. DJ Augustine out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5. Stolen by Middleton. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Shifty with his speed, incredible ball handling. So hard to guard Kyrie, but so thrilling to sit here and watch it all up close.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Harris. And then for Milwaukee, Bobby Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Augustine. Irving drives in. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Feel like the jump ball triggered Kyrie Irving. He's been on it with tremendous effort from the beginning.
And Forbes has it in the corner. The dish to Giannis. Portis in the post. He's against Green. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Kyrie Irving.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Brooklyn. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Milwaukee. KD on the wing. There's the pass to Shamet. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And already at such a young age, Landry Shamet considered one of those critical role pieces for a very good team. Sky's still the limit for where he can get to.
And so he makes both from the line.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's DiVincenzo. He makes the Johnny from the left block.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Al Harden, a big-time producer. Currently, he's averaging 25 points a game. Passes it to Luwawu. He feeds it to Green. Shoots over Portis. Offensive rebound. Luwawu. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Nets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. KD against Giannis. Inside. Here is Forbes. 7 points in the game. And the jump by Giannis.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
Brown with the bounce pass. Green kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Outside for KD. 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Portis.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Craig passes to Portis. Here's Connaughton. 1:36 left in the third. To the left wing. Back to Giannis. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. No good from Connaughton. In transition, here come the Nets. Brown's got the ball.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Brown. Connaughton passes to Portis. Back to Connaughton. And the layup is good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
KD with it. He's got 6. Shamet the pass to Brown. Durant feeling it out a bit. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
To the middle. Got a piece of it. Pass to Forbes. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Green. Here's Giannis, and the dunk by Giannis.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Nets leading by 4. Outside, KD. Green against Portis, and Green gets it to go.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Connaughton passes to Craig. Yes, that goes in. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Brooklyn ahead, up 4. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Green, and it's Jordan in at the center position. So that's the Nets 5. Harris drives in and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass, and he gets it back.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
DiVincenzo finds Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
On the wing, Harris. To the inside. Knocks it loose. One-on-one here. For 3, Middleton trains the three-pointer. Middleton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
Antetokounmpo against Green. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 1.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And here we go. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Green. And now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Jeff Green on the wing. Now, here is Harden. And here is Green. Lock at 6. And the basket by Harden.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Giannis against Green. And to Kumbo. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Now, so exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Pass to Jordan. Outside Irving. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. 1:58 left in the 4th quarter. A shot by Middleton, wide open, but they recover it. Puts up a 3, gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Jordan dishes to Harris. Jordan against Lopez. Kicks it out to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Nets. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Kicks to Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
And how about the poise from Kyrie Irving? These are the moments he lives for.
Now Augustine. 2 free throws coming up, and the coach's challenge has been issued. Post game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
They double him with Jordan. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It counts.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Giannis inside. Defended by Durant. Lopez, no luck. Here is Harden. And it's Jordan that's out the key. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final second.